Has it ever struck you as odd that you were raised being told you are free, but you have to ask and pay the state for permission to use your car or build on your land? So, what happened? We once were the great experiment in popular sovereignty and self-government, and now we are nothing more than a corporate tax plantation. To answer that question, we must begin with a maxim of law. The creature cannot be greater than its creator. This maxim is the foundation of our original system of self-government. After the revolution, the people became the sovereign creators of their new state government, and as such were above it, being subject only to a jury of their fellow sovereigns, and only if there was a harm involved. In Chisholm versus Georgia from 1793, we read, "At the Revolution, the sovereignty devolved upon the people, and they are truly the sovereigns of this country, with none to govern but themselves." In that same case, it continues, "Our governors are the agents of the people, and at most stand in the same relation to their sovereign in which regents in Europe stand to their sovereigns. Nor do they partake in the sovereignty otherwise, or in any other capacity, than as private citizens." These state governments, being foreign to one another, got together and created a federal government to represent them collectively, and as its creator, the state stood above it. The federal government is the bottom of the totem pole. So how did they turn that hierarchy upside down? In 1868, the federal government created its own creature, the 14th Amendment citizen, and as its creator, the federal and state governments have absolute dominion over this citizen, forcing them to register their biological property with the state. Then, in 1933, the federal government used their new tax chattel as collateral by mortgaging their property rights to a private central banking cartel via the Federal Reserve to secure the issuance of Federal Reserve notes, fiat debt currency. This created a national trust, solidified with the Social Security Act, and eliminated true property ownership. Now all registrable property, including you, is tied to the SSN to be held in trust by you and used by them as collateral for the public debt. Subsequent accounts are created, such as your driver's license, which is tied to the underwriting Social Security Trust through your SSN, to allow road pirates to create attachments for victimless offenses so that courts can generate commercial paper to sell to institutional investors. As soon as you buy land with Federal Reserve notes, you are considered a mere tenant, holding the land in trust as collateral for the debt, and the state exacts property taxes as your annual feudal fee. Even your children must be registered and enumerated as the next crop of tax chattel raised by you but owned by the corporate state. All is held in trust, even your body, and considered collateral for a debt you never consented to. This is how they tax even your labor, which they consider their taxable property. Remember, as Thomas Jefferson so eloquently stated, "The tree of liberty must be refreshed from time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants alike." We have the Second Amendment and the ultimate veto power on this system. Search Burn the Corporate Fiction on YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, and X.